50 years ago, on April 30th, 1975, one of the most dramatic chapters in U.S. military history closed. In an iconic image, helicopters lifted off from the rooftop of the American Embassy in Saigon, a final exodus from the fallen city. This evacuation, known as Operation Frequent Wind, marks a powerful moment that reshaped the U.S.-Vietnam narrative and global perception of war. Today, as we reflect on its impact, we ask, what drove America to withdrawal? How did its presence unravel so abruptly? And what lessons echo into our current conflicts? In this video, we trace the voices of history. From battlefield decisions to tragic human cost, unpacking the fall of Saigon, the legacy of the Vietnam War, and the broader implications for today's world. The Vietnam War was more than just a regional conflict. It was a dramatic intersection of geopolitics and ideology. Spanning from the mid-1950s until 1975, the war pitted communist North Vietnam, backed by the Soviet Union and China, against South Vietnam, whose government was funded heavily by the United States. Fueled by the Cold War's domino theory, America believed that losing Vietnam might trigger a cascade of nations falling to communism across Southeast Asia. Over time, tens of thousands of U.S. soldiers were deployed, facing unfamiliar terrain and guerrilla tactics in dense jungles. Meanwhile, the Viet Cong, driven by fierce nationalism, countered with surprise attacks and intricate tunnel networks. This complex clash transformed into America's first fully televised war, where social unrest at home grew in tandem with rising body counts in Southeast Asia. Several key events set the stage for the downfall of Saigon. The 1968 Tet Offensive stands out. It shattered the illusion that the war was nearing an American victory. Despite heavy losses for North Vietnam, the surprise and scale of the attacks turned public sentiment in the U.S. and shook confidence in the war effort. In 1973, the Paris Peace Accords officially ended American involvement, yet fighting continued with only a tenuous ceasefire. Over the next 2 years, South Vietnam struggled without U.S. support. By early 1975, North Vietnam launched its final advance, the Spring Offensive. Tanks rolled southward, cutting off supply lines. Cities fell, morale crumbled. In under 2 months, the South Vietnamese army collapsed. This rapid advance brought the North right to the gates of Saigon, setting the stage for April's dramatic escape. On April 29th to 30th, the United States launched Operation Frequent Wind, the largest helicopter evacuation ever conducted. By April 30th, North Vietnamese tanks had breached Saigon. Inside the embassy compound, chaos and desperation reigned as evacuees, American diplomats, military personnel, and thousands of South Vietnamese were airlifted into darkness. In just hours, iconic scenes unfolded. Helicopters crowding the rooftop helipad, armed Marines securing evacuation corridors, families pushing toward choppers. American embassy staff even abandoned documents by tossing them onto rooftops and into helicopters. By evening, the last C-130 left Saigon, sealing the city's fate under communist control. The fall marked not just a military defeat, but a human reckoning. Families torn apart, promises shattered, and a silent posterity of lost lives. After the evacuation, the consequences rippled across nations. In Vietnam, reunification brought re-education camps and the boat people, thousands fleeing communist rule by sea, risking their lives to reach freedom. Many Vietnamese resettled in the United States, forging vibrant diaspora communities in California, Texas, and beyond. For the U.S., returning veterans found a divided home. Many faced neglect, misunderstanding, or even hostility from the very nation they fought for. PTSD was widely misunderstood, and medical and mental support was limited. The war's emotional cost echoed long after guns fell silent, a lesson in the long-term costs of conflict. Several factors contributed to America's failure in Vietnam. First, the guerrilla warfare and jungle terrain neutralized conventional military advantages. Familiarity with the environment gave the Viet Cong a significant edge. Second, public opposition grew exponentially. Visible protests, draft resistance, and televised atrocities fueled anti-war sentiment. The credibility gap between official statements and battlefield realities eroded trust. Third, media coverage, uncensored and relentless, brought Vietnam into American living rooms. The Tet Offensive's intensity was broadcast in real time, discouraging further support. Finally, the South Vietnamese government struggled with corruption and lack of strong public support. America could win battles, but not a war of will. Half a century later, the Vietnam War remains a touchstone in American history. Vietnam veterans are honored today at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, the black granite wall carved with names, drawings of respect and remembrance. PTSD awareness now has roots in the hard-learned lessons of Vietnam, contributing to better care for service members. In Vietnam, the nation has redefined itself, unified, economically vibrant, and increasingly global. And in U.S. foreign policy, echoes of the war remain. The reluctance to intervene abroad without clear objectives, the so-called Vietnam Syndrome, resurfaced after Iraq and Afghanistan. Today, the shadow of Vietnam prompts caution, strategic evaluation, and a deeper appreciation for the human toll behind every deployment. The Fall of Saigon is more than a historical milestone. It's a lesson in ambition, failure, and resilience. 50 years on, its reverberations still shape America, Vietnam, and the way we approach conflict today. As we honor those who fought and fell, we also question our choices and remember the people caught in the crossfire. What have we learned? What should we change? Share your thoughts below. And if you found this exploration meaningful, please like and subscribe. Stay curious, stay compassionate, and I'll see you in the next video.